And I started hearing this really after the last recession. Bill Gates gave a speech in Davos 11 years ago about the need for more creative capitalism. And John Mackey started talking about conscious capitalism, which I know some of the members here are involved in. And Mark Benioff talked about creative capitalism, and Michael Porter shared value capitalism. Everybody was trying to put adjectives in front of capitalism. And so there's something going on here. And I found myself in more and more conversations with CEOs who were who were talking explicitly about their social impact. Now, I mean, I believe my whole life, I know, Frank, you believed your whole life, business is a force for good. I mean, if you just look at the last 3 decades, we've had the biggest elimination of poverty in the world in the history of the world. That's a good thing. And that was all done by an embrace of capitalism. But I found more and more leaders that were really focusing on, we have to do better, and focusing on social impact. So 5 years ago at Fortune, you know, we have lists that measure everything. We have the Fortune 500 that measures your size. We have most profitable, fastest growing, best places to work, most admired. But we didn't have anything that attempted to measure efforts to have a social impact. And so we started a list 5 years ago called the Change the World list. It comes out every fall. This year will be it'll be our 6th edition of that, where we try and find companies that have made real measurable progress addressing critical social problems at scale. And if you look at that list, you find there's some really inspiring examples, some of them very well-known companies. Like you look at what JP Morgan did in Detroit. It's a really super impressive story. Some of them are less well-known or less well-known to Americans. Essilor, the company that makes glasses, which has made a commitment to give good eyesight to every person in the world. And so they not only make the kind of expensive glasses that I wear, but they make a $1 a pair glass that they can sell in the third world. And all of that's what I mean when I say using their superpowers. All of those companies are doing it to make a profit. It's not philanthropy. It's not corporate social responsibility. It's not something they do on the side. They believe, and we believe, that these things will only be sustainable in the long run if they're profitable. And so companies that focus on how can I create a profitable business that provides glasses to people in the third world, then I will do it. So yeah, I think there's been, you've always had examples of that, but there's been a steady rise over the course of the last decade.